Hey guys, wrestling fans. I'm very happy to shoot this video today, and it was really inspired from a Board Game Geek post where people were wondering if it was at all possible to beat Mukundi Shumba, given that Mukundi Shumba is the first opponent of Kurt Angle in the campaign. And let me give you a spoiler here. Mukundi Shumba is very tough to beat, number one, given that he's a tank. But more importantly, the way the campaign has been designed is that Kurt Angle's first match is supposed to be grueling. You're supposed to walk away with scars from battling Mukundi Shumba, and it's supposed to affect your health during the campaign. It's thematic, Kurt Angle battling with injuries. It also helps balances a lot of the strengths we've given Kurt Angle during the campaign. So if you have played against Mukundi Shumba and you've lost, you're not alone. I've lost against Shumba even on easy mode as my first match in the campaign. You shouldn't be ashamed, and I would just advise you to just proceed with the campaign and go ahead. There's a good chance that if you haven't mastered this game that you would lose the game or at least sustain some considerable damage. Anyways, having that said, I thought it would be fun to show you live whether, I haven't played Mukundi Shumba in probably, God knows, 8 months or 9 months, the last time I played a Kurt Angle campaign. And I wanted to test myself again, whether I am able to beat him in my first match. And we'll start off with, this is normal rules. These are not the new rules that have been described in other videos that you might have seen online, the amendments. This is the original rules that you see in the campaign. And we'll start off with, obviously, like any match, solo match, we'll start off with Mukundi Shumba attack. And it's a big boot that does 2 damage. Sorry, there's a glare from these cards because they've been sleeved. These are some of our also sleeves from our first campaign. It does 2 damage, and it needs a target roll of 3. So what I usually do with Kurt Angle is I always spend a stamina to try to the king of counters, at least at the beginning of the game, because I have nothing to lose, right? So that's not successful. I could trigger something else, but I'm just gonna let him go ahead and attack me. And he hits me with a d6. Now I'm very happy this has happened because he's just wasted a d6 on a big boot rather than on one of his finishers. So that's good news for me. It does 2 damage, gains him 1 momentum, and he gets to go again. And obviously before he gets to go again, I get a defender compensation, and I choose to recover that stamina I spent, which is why I spent it in the first place. I have nothing to lose. He now goes with a shoulder tackle. So let me put the cards up here just so that we can track how many cards have been played on this turn. I'm going to let him go ahead. It requires a D2 to be successful. And oh, wow, I'm glad I did. So that's a D1, in case you haven't seen it. And that means that his attack isn't successful. He needed a target roll of 3, excuse me. And he only rolled, a 2, sorry. And he only rolled a 1. So this card goes back into the deck. The big boot goes into his discard pile. And it's my turn to hit him. So I'm gonna start off with a series of punches, or actually just punches. I'll spend 1 stamina. And if I hit this, I'll do 1 damage, assuming the NPC doesn't block me. And he doesn't. Okay, perfect. So he rolled a reversal of 3 or more damage, which is irrelevant here because my card only does 1 damage. And so I do 1 damage, and I get to go again. I gain 1 momentum as well. Let's not forget that. And I'm gonna hit him with a flurry of strikes. So a flurry of strikes usually does 2 damage, but I'm going to combo it with punches, and as such I plan on doing 3 damage. So let me roll again, and this time I hope he doesn't roll like my last turn. I want him to roll an NPC block. Oh God, snake eyes. All right, so my unlucky rolls are back, I assume. I could discard some of these cards, but they're such good cards. I don't know if I should discard anything. But I would do 3 damage. And I know that he's not going to block me or reverse me. So I'll actually do that. I'll actually discard the German suplex, believe it or not. And the reason I'm doing this is because Mukundi Shumba's permanent ability means that this German suplex doesn't do 3 damage, it does 2 damage, and it needs a roll of 4. So it's not as valuable to me as it would against any other opponent. So I'm discarding that, and I'm rolling 1 die, and I'm just hoping I'd roll more than a 3. Oh. All right. The Al-Qadi luck is back in full force. So I'm unsuccessful. I've lost an extra card for no reason. And Mukundi Shumba goes again. This is not a good start for me. All right. So Mukundi Shumba goes for a bicycle kick, and it does another 2 damage, but it gains him 2 momentum. Let's see if he's successful. Ah, perfect. Another D1. So he is unsuccessful. I don't know if I like that many D1s being drawn early in the game. That just means that there are going to be a lot of D5s and D6s when I least expect them. It's my turn. I'm going to try to hit something with like a European uppercut that allows me to taunt and thus gain cards, because I only have 2 more cards in my hand. So let's see if the NPC blocks me here. Let's see if I roll Snake Eyes again. Ah, it's great. Okay, so it's not that great because he adds a reversal cube, but at least I'm successful. I do 1 damage, I gain 1 momentum. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, did I spend my, I don't think I spent stamina on this, I apologize. And I'm gonna taunt. So by taunting, he regains 1 health. Oh God, he's still at 17 health. I gain 1 momentum, but I gain 2 cards as well, and I still get to go again. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a back suplex. So that spends 1 stamina, and it would do 2 damage if I hit it, and I need a roll of 3. Yes, 2 6s, perfect. All right, that's 2 damage. And it allows me to gain 2 momentum. And I actually might taunt. I will taunt, even though it gains him 1 health. Just for me to draw, not only would I draw 2 cards, but it would get me just enough momentum to become unstoppable and gain me back 1 stamina, which is always helpful. And now I got options. So, got the ankle lock, the Olympic slam, release German suplex. Let's try the Olympic slam. Why not? Yeah, I'm feeling lucky. Let's do it. I just rolled 2 6s. And hopefully all I need to do is roll a 4 or more, because usually I'd have to roll a 5, but because I have on a roll momentum, my signature and finishing maneuvers require 1 less my target roll. Oh, so I am successful, but he reversed it. And so he spends 1 of his tokens, he does 1 damage to me, he gains 1 momentum. At this moment, I think I should have been here, probably, yeah. And the Olympic Slam gets shuffled back. I draw a card then instead, so I draw Moonsault instead. But yeah, that was not good. And Shumba gets to go again. So let's see what Shumba plays. It's a right hand. All right, I'm gonna let him hit me and hopefully waste a D6. Are you serious? Are these shuffled properly? 3 D1s in a row. What are the chances? All right, so that goes back into the deck. And it's my chance again. So I got really lucky with 3. I don't know if lucky is the right word, wasting so many D1s early in the game. I would have rather drawn these D1s when he was trying to finish me off. I want to push some damage and push some momentum. So I'm gonna start with a Moonsault. And a Moonsault does 2 damage, but it gives me 3 momentum, which is quite powerful. Hoping he doesn't block. Oh, he does block. Anyways, I got Snake Eyes. I don't have anything. So I have an unsuccessful roll. It's his turn. He's going to try a pounce that does 2 damage and 2 momentum. He needs a D3 or more. And he draws a D5. That does 2 damage. gains him 2 momentum, and he, well, I get a defender compensation. Now I already have 5 cards in my hand, so I'll just gain 1 stamina, and he'll get to go again. So if you've noticed, I'm not using this ability right now because I'm low on stamina. Not low, but I'm not high on stamina, and so I wouldn't want to continue doing this. So a headlock, it does 1 damage. Let him have it. Yep, that gives 1 damage. I get a compensation of 1. He gets 1 momentum. There goes my momentum. And his 3rd card is a right hand. Now this is beautiful. So beautiful for me. This is the 3rd attack that has 2 damage or less, so I can just spend 2 stamina. I'll automatically block his right hand, which I have. And it's my turn now. Hopefully, I'll get some more. I'll get luckier. I'm gonna try just a simple clothesline. Try to do 2 damage to this tank. And I do, perfect. So this gives me only 1 momentum, but I do 2 damage, which is always positive. And I get to go again. And from my deck of cards, I want to hit the overhead belly, and maybe then, I don't want to, and then maybe hit the release German suplex, or trigger the taunt ability and get some cards. So let's go with the overhead belly to belly suplex. So he's blocked it. NPC block. It's unsuccessful. He gets to go again. All right, let's see what he draws. A clubbing blow. So that does 1 damage, but it gives him 2 momentum. So, yeah, I'm gonna let him have it. Yeah, I'm just going to recover stamina. And he's gonna do 1 damage to me. He's gonna gain 2 momentum, and he's gonna go again. A bear hug. All right, so what do you guys think? Target roll of 6. Do you think he's gonna draw a d6? Now, I've already drawn 1 d6, but I've drawn quite a few d1s. It is entirely possible. I don't want to do the math right now. It's about midnight here. It's entirely possible for him to draw a d6. Do I risk it? Because if he does hit the bear hug, 9 minus 6, that's, my health will be at 3. It'll be very difficult to recover or kick out. So I'll be risking the entire match if I let him have it. I'm gonna go for it, actually. I don't think he'll draw a d6. Oh, thank God. All right, that's a d4. You know, it's push your luck. You gotta push your luck in this game. It's my turn now. Perfect. So I'm gonna try to recover some of that momentum. And I'm gonna do it with a moonsault. And I'm hoping the NPC doesn't block. Yes, he doesn't. So he rolled a reversal for 3 or more damage, which is irrelevant here. So I do 2 damage, and I gain 3 momentum. And I'm just thinking about whether to recover, given how low my stamina is. I think I will, so I'll recover. I'll gain 1 health, and I'll gain 1 card, which is the leg scissors. And I mean, these can do some okay damage, right? But I'm not sure whether I should play these smaller cards, or should I try hitting an ankle lock now? I'm not even sure. Actually, you know what? I will try to hit the release German suplex. Usually I would not hit this against other opponents. I'd keep it as one of my last cards in the game and try to get a pinfall in case I can't roll a high roll. But against Shumba, I feel like I need to hit this. So I'm gonna spend 2 stamina. And let's roll some 4s or more. Yes. All right. So that instead of doing 3 damage, it only does 2 because Shumba's ability is that signature moves do 1 less damage. But I gain 3 momentum, which is super useful for me. I could pin him, but it would be pointless. His health is 11. And I could taunt, which means that this whole attack would have done just 1 damage. So I actually won't taunt. What I'll do is I'll do my straps off ability, and that gives me 1 stamina, gives me 2 health, excuse me, and 1 more momentum. And I don't know, man. I'm feeling lucky. I'm gonna go with the ankle lock. Try to hit him hard. And the ankle lock, does not get discarded. It's my finisher. I'll go back in my deck if I am successful. Come on. So I'm not successful. However, I will be spending one of my cards, the leg scissors, to re-roll. All I gotta roll is a 5. Yes! All right, perfect. So the ankle lock does usually 5 damage. Because of Shumba's ability, it'll do 4. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. His health is down to 7. I also gain 3 momentum. So my momentum is now at 10. It's full. This card does not get discarded because finishers are never discarded. It gets shuffled back into my deck, right? And my problem now is I only have 1 card to hit him with. And I'm wondering whether that's the right thing to do. So instead, what I'll do is I will recover 3 stamina, because I'm getting low on stamina, and I will hand over things to him. And he's drawn a backbreaker. So this would really break my back. He needs a D5 to be successful, and it would do 5 damage and gain him 3 momentum, which would take away that unstoppable momentum that I have. Now, he's drawn a lot of D5 and D6s, but I can't take it. I don't want to lose my position here. I'm going to use my reversal right now. -1 stamina. I'll do 1 damage. I should gain 1 momentum, but I'm full with regards to momentum. And my reversal ability allows me to recover. So I'll actually do that. I'll recover. He'll gain his health back, but critically, I'll gain 1 card. I was hoping I'd have a card that has a taunt icon. I don't, but that's fine. I'm gonna play this card that I just drew. It's a flurry of strikes. It requires a roll of 3, but I'll do 2 damage. So let's see if I get lucky. Oh, perfect. So I do 2 damage. But he gets one of those NPC reversal blocks here, and I don't gain any momentum. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to recover 3 more stamina and hand over my turn to him, hoping he doesn't draw a deep, all right. So actually, I love this. So this is a full Nelson slam. Does 4 damage. Would give him only 2 momentum, and he needs a D4 or more, which is not that difficult for him to hit. But it has a pin icon, and it's the easiest move Shumba can hit you with to pin you. My health is at 11, so if he hits me with this, my health would be at 7, and he would pin me, and I would never see this card, hopefully, ever again. And I would have a much better chance of kicking out at health 7 than if he hit me with this, if my health was at, let's say, 2 or 3. So I'm actually rooting for him to hit me on this. I want him to hit me on this with probably a D6 if possible. All right, I can't be annoyed. I wasn't hit with a card, but it would have been good to get that card out of his deck early on while my health could have recovered. Okay, so I'm in an unfortunate situation where I only have 1 move to hit him with. So I'm going to gain 1 card. The Olympic Slam, perfect. And I'll hand over my turn to him. He's going to be playing a right hand. And again, I want him to hit me with this because that would allow me to draw more cards. Oh, and he drew the final D1. God, my strategy today is not working. The reason I wanted to hit him, for him to hit me with it, is it only does 1 damage. It wouldn't really stop my unstoppable momentum, and it would allow me to draw more cards rather than me right now being stuck with just 2 cards, right? So I'm gonna play the Olympic Slam, and if I hit this, I might actually win the game. I'll use 2 stamina. I'm just hoping he doesn't hit me, or he doesn't roll this. Where is it? Yeah, the reversal icon, right? Hopefully he doesn't hit me with that. Come on. Yes. All right. So I need a roll of only 3, right? Because this requires a target roll of 5, and I have unstoppable momentum, which reduces my target rolls by 2 for finisher and signature moves. And I clearly rolled both a 3 and a 6, so either roll would have been successful. And he tried to block me, so he thought I was going for a damage 1 or 2 attack. Instead, I blindsided him and hit my Olympic Slam. And usually this would do 4 damage. In this case, it'll only do 3 due to Shumba's ability. And this card is discarded, but I get to pin him. And he usually gets 3 kick-out attempts, but in this case, he'll only get 2 because he's at low health, and that means that he draws 1 less card, or he has 1 less kick-out attempt. Let me see if I can show this to you guys. If you can see it here, that sign. All right, so I will, so 1, right? Let's see if he kicks out at 2. Oh, he kicks out. All right, so the way these work is you ignore the number at the top and you look at the number at the bottom. And this means he'll kick out if he has 1 health or more. So, you know, he would have kicked out no matter what. And that's why I wanted this card gone, because I knew this would happen to me. All right, the positive side is I've gotten rid of a D6 card. I just need to hit him before these run out and they get reshuffled back in. So what I'll do is I'll draw a card. I'll hand over my turn to him. And the reason I'm doing this is he's now gonna play a card, which is a takedown. And I actually want him to hit it so I can gain some cards in my hand. And he needs a D3. He rolls a D2, which is not successful. And instead, what I'll try to do is, I need cards in my hand immediately. So I'll play the overhead belly-to-belly suplex, and I'm hoping to get the taunt icon. So this requires 1 stamina and a roll of 3, which was successful. And I'll gain, oh well, I already have full momentum. I'll just trigger my taunt icon. It allows him to recover 1 health, which isn't ideal, but it allows me to recover 1 stamina and 2 cards. And look at this, I got the ankle lock, which is awesome because I'm gonna hit him with it next. So, ankle lock. Now the ankle lock requires a roll of 6, as you can remember, but due to having unstoppable momentum, I only need a roll of 4. So let's see if I get it. And hopefully he doesn't reverse it. Oh, all right, so he did not reverse it, but I only got a 3 and a 1. And so what I'm going to do is, thankfully I have cards in my deck. So I'm gonna use the series of German suplex. I'm gonna discard this because it requires 3 stamina and doesn't pin my opponent. And at this stage, it's not a card that's gonna help me a lot. So I'm gonna discard this card, and I'm gonna re-roll one of my die. And let me actually roll. I don't want to re-roll the 1. That looks like an unlucky die. Yes, I rolled a 5, and so that means I'm successful. I hit him again for all that damage. It's the maximum damage I can do, and that's the maximum stamina, maximum momentum, excuse me. And this time he only gets 1 chance to kick out because he has low health, as I showed you earlier, but the ankle lock also removes 1 of his kick-out attempts through this icon. So just hoping he doesn't draw a D6. I don't think there are any so if I was playing on medium, there would be another D6 card in there, But because I'm playing on easy difficulty, yes, I would not draw a d6. I don't think it's even possible. I think I've exhausted the d6 cards. Yes. Oh, no, I haven't actually. Oh my God, I was so lucky. So actually, I've won the match, but if I had, for whatever reason, not like played one more move before the ankle lock, he would have kicked out. So I'm happy to do that. And now, as you can see, I've just been able to beat Shumba with the old rules, without the easier version that we've talked about in previous videos. And on easy difficulty, of course. I still have my reversal into the ankle lock. I have some good momentum. I'm at 11 health, which is very reasonable. My deck is not in a good shape. I'm almost out of cards. But I've beaten him thoroughly. So it is doable. And you need to push your luck at times. More or less, I think if you're not as experienced with the game, you might lose or you might win, but your health would be somewhere around here, so you'll get a few bump tokens to add to your campaign board as the game was designed. I hope you enjoyed the game. I do apologize if I've forgotten to compensate myself. At times I do get excited in terms of a successful attack, or if I forgot to add some of my momentum. If I missed out on a rule, please let me know. As I mentioned, it's midnight here, so my brain is not firing at all cylinders. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough, and let us know how your campaign goes. Thank you, guys.